the Israelis would presumably be used by the Americans in a joint effort if they go in there to take that regime down.
Well, I think that's right, Steve. It's a question, of course, of who's using who and sort of whether there's a strategic vision beyond the tactical brilliance that both Israel and America have displayed over the last 12 months. That strategic piece is key. And as I said, it really depends on whether there's a course of action that could be executed that would bring the army out against the regime, against the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps, and lead for a pathway to change. We've seen unprecedented protests and unprecedented loss of life. I mean, this is perhaps the biggest loss of life in protests since this revolutionary state was formed in 1979. It's a remarkable situation. But most analysts say that for there to be change now, it's going to depend on the army. So what Israel and America does, it could exacerbate the forces of ultranationalism that means that the army gets behind the regime, or it could see a cleavage between the ideological regime of the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps and the army coming out on the side of the people. No signs of that yet, I must say, but I mean, that's the thing to watch for.
How capable is the Iranian military to strike back if America does do something?
Well, we sort of put this to the test in the middle of last year, didn't we, Steve? I mean, it turns out that they're very compromised by Israeli intelligence. Their air defense systems are very poor. When they launched a barrage of missiles at Israel, at the beginning of the year, they gave warning, so that wasn't a fair test. But in the middle of the year, when they're under serious pressure in that 12-day war, very few of the Iranian missiles and drones got through. So I think they're really in a low point. They're at their weakest point ever. I'm sure that many in Israel, in the Israeli administration, are making this point in Washington, saying now's the time to strike and to do something. The question is whether they do something which makes things better, or whether they actually inadvertently contribute to a sort of rally around the flag effect that actually strengthens a weak regime.
Greg Barton, always good to see you. Thanks for helping us out tonight. And interestingly, of course, the Iranians are absolute geniuses at putting out their own propaganda. We've seen vision all day long of funerals of so-called dead Iranian soldiers, but we haven't seen too much of what's happened to the public.